Order paper number 127, dividing the bill.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Is there any objection? There is no objection. I will report this bill with amendment and so divided.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, the committee has considered the Statutes Amendment Bill and reports it with amendment and divided into 47 bills. Mr. Speaker, I move that the report be adopted.
Members, the question is that the report be adopted. Those who are of that opinion will say aye. Aye. The contrary opinion will say no. The ayes have it. These bills are set down for third reading forthwith.
Mr. Speaker.
I call the Honourable Nathan Guy.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the bills formerly part of the Statutes Amendment Bill 2009 be now read a third time. By their nature, Mr. Speaker, the Statute Amendments Bills do not address significant policy matters. The process by which such bills are developed and the requirement for support across the House means that they are designed to ensure that only minor technical or non-controversial amendments are included, although this evening we did have a change to that procedure when the part of this Statutes Amendment Bill directly focusing on the Wills Act didn't progress through, and that will need to be addressed further down the track. I'd like to make a few comments in a moment's time about that. The range of amendments advanced by the current bill serves to emphasise the value of Statutes Amendment Bills as legislative vehicles for progressing matters that could not hope to receive priority in the House on their own. This bill amends some of the 48 acts administered by the 15 different government agencies. Many of the changes are designed to correct drafting errors, such as an omission of the word land in the Wild Animal Control Act 1977, or in correction cross-references such as those in the Telecommunications Act 2001 and the Summary Proceedings Act of 1957. Some reflect new terminology, such as the insertion of the term code company in the Takeovers Act 1993, or enable the use of new technology such as the changes to the Statistics Act 1975, authorising a full range of transmission modes by which people may receive, fill in and return schedules for surveys. Unobjectional refinements to machinery provisions may also be advanced, such as the amendment to the Juries Amendment Act 2008, which allows deferral of jury service to be made to a time period rather than an exact date. I think it's appropriate that I make a couple of comments about the Wills Amendment that we couldn't progress through as part of this bill. The amendments to the Wills Act and the Statutes Amendment made it clear that the Act does not change the law about the formalities for making a will set out in its predecessor. I've received, and I know the Minister of Justice has also received, correspondence from beneficiaries who have been adversely affected. Some executors who have applied to the Registrar for probate have been refused on the basis of the 2007 amendments and have been required to make an application to the court to obtain probate. Executors of some estates have been delaying applying for probate until these amendments pass, as they're afraid that they may be invalid under the 2007 Act. As these amendments were not made, some wills that were made in accordance with the law at that time may be found to be invalid. Having done everything in accordance with the law at the time, the will makers whose wills have been affected by the 2007 Act are not given the respect that they deserve. So anyway, that will need to be addressed in a future Statutes Amendment Bill, and I'd like to, in closing, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to thank the Government Administration Committee, who have been instrumental in the passage of the Statutes Amendment Bill. And Mr Speaker, I commend these bills to the House.
Members, the question is that the motion be agreed to. Charles Chauvel.